This is dedicated to all the homies in the struggle. Mi gente. Here we go.
Welcome everyone to a first impression session of a game that I checked out a little bit ago, a couple days ago. This just came out, I think, like 4 days ago. It's called LEGO Worlds. It's sort of LEGO's answer to Minecraft. I was just basically dying of nostalgia playing this last time. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it's all about. I played this a little bit. I'm going to try to make this as much of a first impression as I can. This is my character that I made. I will start with a new one, just to show you what it looks like. So these are all the characters I have unlocked. Yeah, we'll just stick with my guy. But we will start a new world. Let's see, I think that's random. So we'll start a new one. That is a lot of water. Let's try another one. So it's just one giant continent in the middle. Alright, one more. Much better. I like that. I mean, sure, there's still a lot of water, but that's okay. Alright. World number 2. Let's do it. So first off, once it stops loading, of course, you skydive in, which I think is pretty cool. You get kind of a nice view of the world around you as you're dropping in. And once you drop in, here it is. Here's the world. It's still in early access. So this is the first game. This is one of very few games that I've played in which I've actually wanted to play an early access game. Like, I actually had to buy it. I don't normally buy early access. I don't ever, in fact. But this is one of like 3, I think, total. So that's not ever, but close enough. Out of a lot of games that I've played, this is, yeah. It's really cool. It's very much making me nostalgic for everything I used to do with LEGO. Like, I wouldn't mind building a treehouse or 2 right in here. I only have one complaint about the game. One complaint. Their camera is awful. Luckily, it's in early access, so hopefully most of that will be fixed. But just to show you what I mean, this just to get the bad stuff out of the way. You can do all sorts of stuff. You've got customer character customization. You've got settings, and let me show you the settings just so you can see. You've got vibration on, audio volume, blah blah blah, video settings. So you've got enough. Vertical sync, huge deal for me. Don't like that horizontal tearing. Screen resolution is 1920 by 1080. You can see it looks pretty good. The aspect ratio is correct and all this other stuff. So this stuff is all just normal. Bleh. No, I hit restore to defaults. Let's revert. That was dumb. Hi. Accept. Okay. So that's the settings. You see the frame rate's a little bit low. It's like 15 right now. It's actually pretty low. Yeah, let me go back to the settings and change that again. That is really low. It's making my machine chug pretty badly. And I have a fairly high-end machine. Alright, so you can paint blocks. You can add terrain. You can remove terrain. And that actually might be where I'll show you what's up. It might even just be easier for me to find a vehicle to do this with. In fact, I will do that. Sure, we'll buy that one. Let's go find ourselves a place to use that. First I want to show you this though. This is pretty cool. I think this is amazing. If you discover things, you can continually spawn them later on. Like this guy. This is so awesome. So you double tap, jump, and then you can fly. And even better, this is like the coolest part. It destroys everything. So when you shoot at something, it actually destroys what you're aiming at. I think that's awesome. And then you just hit control just to dip back down, or he'll eventually just stop flying. So when you run over things like that, you will pick up coins. But again, you can see how the camera is really wonky. It just does not want to. It doesn't want to go through or around trees very well, or anything. And let me show you why that is a problem. Yeah, I'll show you right now. I'm gonna get off this guy. he can go do whatever he wants. And I found him in a lava place. This is more of an exploring game than it is a survival game, though there is some survival aspect. You have to keep yourself from dying to skeletons, that kind of thing. So you can come all the way down here. Now I'm in a hole, right? Pretty cool. Alright, let's see if I can spawn a... Yes! Okay, now I'm inside the hole. And the cool thing about this is, down here it tells you, because it is early access, you know, how to use it and all that. I can hit space, and then I can basically drive through terrain. So now you'll see what happens to the camera. First off, the controls on the... It'll just drop right through the floor sometimes, pretty far. And if you're playing on the controller, which I don't recommend, the camera will do the most wonky things. You'll end up in this position. It's not even going to let me do it with the mouse. Alright, so I highly recommend playing with the mouse then, because so far this hasn't been too terrible. Yep, nope, camera's totally cool. You can also see it's actually, if I can move the camera back a little bit, I'm not sure if it'll let me, but you actually do render, they render every block. And there we go, the camera is now stuck. Yeah, until you get back, it doesn't actually want to move. So I find that to be pretty annoying. I think I just ran into... Did I just run into water? I did! That's my underwater base, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty awesome. So that is water. The other thing that I'm not terribly fond of is the fact that the water is... You know, it's not dynamic. It doesn't flow like water. Which is a pity, you know. That would not be too hard to actually just go ahead and program in. But hopefully, because it is early access, they will put that in, because it would be much more fun to have water be a hazard like it is in basically every other survival type of game. Alright, I'm gonna spawn another one because reasons. Right there. I can't. It won't let me. Okay, well then, that's fine. So that's really it. Just the camera itself. You can climb on everything. So you can see the camera's being a little wonky now too. It wants to be right behind my guy, and there's no options for that. There's really no options to mess with that at all. Like effect settings, you can turn the stuff on and off and all that. Depth of field, motion blur I usually just turn off. There's no point. And shadow quality is low. And then that will allow me to turn terrain quality up, I think, a little bit. Let's see how that works. Yeah, see, my FPS is not... Well, no, it definitely went down pretty far. Yeah, that's too bad. I will mess with the settings a little bit more later on, see what I can, you know, change to make things better. No, I want it on low, dude. Low for sure. Yeah, that helps a lot. Frame went up to 25 to 30 frames per second, just by turning the shadows to low. Still a pretty gorgeous game. So you don't start out with this guy, you start out with kind of an explorer looking dude. Go ahead and jump off this so I can run. There we go. So yeah, my only complaint is literally just the camera. You can hear my dragon going nuts on some people out there. What's he doing? Where does he go? Where'd he go? Hey guys. Yeah, you can ride pretty much anything you see. It is a mount. This is one of my first mounts. So that was pretty cool. Just ride through things. Let's go find my... Where did the dragon go? Yeah, if I can find my dragon, I'll show you guys the rest of the game, or as much of it as I can. I don't think I've collected that yet. No, I definitely have. Every time you walk over something, you collect it, generally speaking. And there's a car. There's a car for me if I want to use it. I don't think I will, though. So I will jump off. Kill some skeletons. Cool. Alright. So, the way to get through The way to get through terrain otherwise is like this. So you'll jump into the air and you'll float a little bit, and then what you need to do is you can move things around. Now you can see that the entire world is made of blocks, because your camera will actually move through the world as you are able to. And you can move this up and down with, like, I believe it's... what is it? No, that's bigger and smaller. C will stop. And I think it's going to be like... No, up and down, no. F, R, no. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, here's how it works. So I'm just moving my mouse in one direction right now. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, keep hitting escape. Gotta remember to hit C. Yeah, let's take a look what I did. Gigantic hole. So that's how most of the destruction and excavation works. And now that I've shown you that, he looks new. Is he new? We'll find out. Yeah, he totally is. Biker dude. Awesome. They also do a really good job of making the game seem awesome no matter what. Like, everything that happens to you always has this dramatic music. Alright, now I will show you how awesome this game is. Just by showing you how big it is. First off, I thought this was really cool. The colors are a little off. I mean, they're still nice, but it's a little too purple for my taste. That's about it. Just the camera and the color combinations. And purple's a little weird. Oh yeah, it really is just a giant. It's a giant continent right in the middle. Oh my god, there's a horse up here. Why are the horses up here? What the hell? So anyway, you can walk on clouds. You can also blow up clouds and then cause horses to fall off. Sorry, horse, but did I just try to bite him? I did. Ah! He's just floating. Ah, he's fell. Oh, there he went ahead and fell. Yeah. So this is the race of flying horses. Anyway, let's go down. So you can see this continent's not terribly huge. And again, the game's not perfectly finished yet. You can see where I've done my damage already. Also, the really cool thing is there's a lot of stuff like this. Oh. Pieces and bits of walls you can kind of see around here somewhere. You could maybe get this to go up a little bit. Yes, just a little bit. There we go. It was a little bit easier to land when I didn't have a 20 FPS. And then we have things like this tree over here, which are pretty familiar if you've ever played with Legos. Something out of, I think, a pirate set, actually. Speaking of sets, I can also do this. Let me get off this guy real quick. Hope he doesn't go too far. Ah! Hey, man. Punch him. Or I can just not do that. Alright, so a set, just to show you. Oh, man, come on. So we have sets. And here we go. You can place this anywhere you have room. I'll put that one right there. I'm assuming you'll get other sets as you go. Maybe it's one of those things where they'll end up being something that's sold to you. This game's like $13 right now. I haven't found a better... I haven't found a single better button to get out of that menu than escape. Oh god, don't punch him twice. Don't punch him at all, actually. I just got a Lego heart. That's pretty cool. So you can basically interact with anything. This may have been the worst place to do this. Hey man, knock it off. Ah! I am straight up gonna die to this thing. Yeah, so I was using the barbecue. You can jump in the car, drive the car around, which is really fast. Who is that guy? Oh, he's a king. So the problem is that the same button for attacking with the mouse and keyboard is actually the same one to get you into stuff and to activate things. You can run things over, though. So it's a little bit easier to fight and get on stuff on the keyboard on the gamepad than it is to on the mouse and keyboard, but the mouse and keyboard is definitely a lot easier for absolutely everything else. So you've seen this continent a little bit. I'm going to show you this now. I'm just going to pick a direction. That one looks like a good direction. We'll go that way. So just like in Minecraft, it precisely generates everything. It's also a little easier to see when you're using the controller. You can kind of see it actually generated the ocean floor. I'm not seeing any islands yet. And you can also see in the distance it's actually generating as we go. Those are all the blocks being generated. It's a pretty impressive engine. I don't know what's over here, but maybe there's something. I think those might just be shadows from the clouds. We're about to find out. It's pretty flat. Yeah, it's really flat. Just a lot of ocean. You can see how far we've come. I can't even... Yep, there's the there's the main island. Now that looks like that might be an island. No, that's just an underwater thing. Maybe over here? Yeah, that looks like that's an island. There we go. Eventually. Ooh, that looks like that might be snow. Very cool. Like I said, just a little bit easier to look around with the gamepad than it is with the mouse and keyboard. Oh, that is cool! I've never seen that before. I've played my other world just to test it out and grab this dragon, which I didn't even know existed. That's a polar bear. Excuse me. I now have a polar bear. If I can see it. Anyway, that's awesome. Let me get back on my dragon. No, just get on the dragon. Don't punch him. Jeez. Punch a dragon. I was happy he didn't kill me the first time I saw him. Really rather not change that. You can actually go ahead and essentially just run over chests if you're in the right kind of mount. You usually have to punch them, though. Okay, get out from underneath that tree. Yeah. Let's go check out this place. Alright. I'm gonna go take a look at it. So you can't zoom in or out with the camera at all. It just does it automatically. It's a little bit too much of a console game in that particular regard. But you definitely can climb ladders. But then again, you can climb walls too, so it doesn't really matter if it's a ladder or not. It's just for looks. And sometimes the camera does this weird thing where I can't tell what I just picked up, and I can't move it. Yeah, it's something. It's something. It's a banana. Looks like it's a banana. That's cool. So this is the inside of the pagoda house. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the game. I mean, it's just basically exploring and finding new stuff. Oh my god, a helicopter! And finding new stuff that's just amazing. Yes, 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 yes! Get in the helicopter! Alright, so... raise, lower, same as the... Wow, it raises quick. It's definitely a little faster than the dragon is. I still am not a fan of the camera wanting to be right behind you all the time. In fact, I'm just going to stop for a second. That is a snowman, or snow cowboy. What's this? Looks like an igloo. Let's go take a look. Yep, that's an igloo. So in order to get in there, I either have to get my dragon, or I have to do this. I know there's like a key combination for this and make this a lot easier, but I'm just gonna... just do that. So I've destroyed this igloo to get inside and get a chest. Oh, it's a sword! Awesome! I had a blunderbuss at one point, but that's definitely a lot nicer. Oh my god! Big bear. You look way bigger when I came out. So that's it. That is LEGO World. It's a little bit blurry right now. It's still in open, like I said, early access. So it's not perfect yet, but I'm assuming that they're going to improve it only. I mean, this is pretty well optimized so far for how much stuff is on the screen, how much stuff is actually being interacted with and can be interacted with. There's just a lot. There's a whole bunch of different zones. There's like obviously a snow zone, a cherry-like field, cherry trees zone. There's spooky zones, deserts, and there's even some underwater stuff, though I haven't figured out how to really go underwater very well. You can kind of see in just a second. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like this. You hit control, nothing happens. You hit shift, nothing happens. You point down, really nothing happens. Every once in a while you would just straight drop to the floor, though. Oh, okay, so I guess tapping... Okay, so tapping left mouse button seems to drop you. Only if you like... Yeah, it's still not working. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm assuming they're going to fix that too. And yeah, I highly recommend you go pick this up if you just want to mess around with some Legos and see how that works. Have a good time, because it's definitely a lot of fun. Even for something that's really not that much to it as far as survival goes. There's a lot of little things, like the lights on outside of houses and stuff will turn on and off. A lot of detail, a lot of stuff they didn't need to put in if they did, and I really think that's pretty cool. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you another time. Bye guys.